לא, למה אתם חושבים? אמרתי, ראיתי שרציתי... Okay, בסייעתא דשמיא. So we did a couple of rituals, 2 rituals, 3 rituals, with the help of Hashem. So the 3rd ritual, the 4th ritual, we'll read today again. The Choyer is a stira to the previous ritual. Who asked this question of Machane Ephraim? And Machane Ephraim doesn't give an answer. So let's see. I'm reading Chidush HaRitual Masechet U'Metzia, Daf Samachtes Amud Beis. ואין קודום על מעל ולבוי ללויבה, תן 10 דינים לפועים. Who is Zechariah? I can't see. I can't see. I know who's Zechariah, but I can't see. I can't see him. And now I see him.
He come early for the shiur of the
Good. Baruch Hashem, Baruch Haba. You know how to read Hebrew? Okay. Better sit next to you because this you can explain to him if he has missing points. Very good. So I'm reading now the Ritva in Daf Samachtet. Amud Beis Masechet U'Metzia. Amud Bet. Turn the page. Top. Chidush HaRitva Masechet U'Metzia. Daf Samachtet Amud Bet. So there, the subject matter there, the tractate there, the chapter is talking about ribis, the concept of ribis. What does ribis mean? If I lend somebody money and he pays me more than he borrowed, that's called ribis. Ribit means interest. You're not allowed to take, the Torah says you're not allowed to take interest. You're not allowed to lend money to take interest on the using of the money. No. Okay? There's different levels of interest. It's called ribis ktsutza, interest that you cut, that's from the Torah now, which means I said, I'm lending you 4, give me back 5. That's a cut. You cut, is it part of the contract? According to everyone, is called ribit ktsutza. Ribit means interest, ktsutza means cut. It's cut, ribis you're not allowed. There is ribis that's not cut. that I lend you money, give you back the money, but you can give me a favor for the lending of the money. It's not cut, wasn't agreed before. When I lent you the money, wasn't cut from the beginning. He gave me, in reality, he gave me more. Through favors or through this, or he feels good, you lent me so much money, I made so much money out of you, what I borrowed from you, he'd take more. Which wasn't agreed before, wasn't cut before, but it's still, I gave you more, it's still awesome. But it's not the Oraisa. There's levels of ribis. It's called ribis ksutzo, ribis tam. There's avak ribi, the dust of ribis. Okay? Comes the Rif when he says, Ve'eicha de omar leimal ve'laloi, where the lender told the borrower, Tein asora dinorim leploni, give 10 dinars to Ploni, John Doe, ve'alve lecha, and for that you lend 10 dinorim to Ploni, I would lend you 100 zuvi. Again, you lend this guy, Reuven, which is the lender, tells the borrower. Reuven tells Levi, the borrower, Levi, if you're going to lend 10 dinarim to Yaakov, I, Reuven, will lend you, Levi, 100 zuz, which means 10 times more. Good deal. V'nosan al piv, and he gave the 10 zuvim to Yaakov upon the words of Reuven. It's a cut ribis. It's a cut interest. Why? Why it's a cut interest? Because I lend you 100 zuz, I get back 100 zuz. Plus, I got a favor that you lend 10 zuz to this guy. So you can make me feel good. Upon my word, you did me a favor, you lent this guy 10 zuz. And it was cut deal before I started. The afal gal that even though the lo'osu zuzei liyodei demalve, even though more money come to the hands of the lender. Normal interest is that the lender gets more money than he lent. That's called interest. Here, zuzei, more physical money didn't come to the hands of the lender. And not only that, v'lo l'shlucho, not his messenger. V'lo pora ben choivo, he didn't pay off his debt. B'kol mokom, however. Now I'm reading the black sticking out letters, thick letters. This is the punchline. B'kol mokom, however. Ma shenoten ze al piv, what that this gives. Who is this guy? The borrower gives the third party upon the mouth of the lender. Mashe noisen zeh, what this guy is giving, al pivu noisen, upon the mouth of the lender he gives. Va'afilu omale, even if he tells him, zroig diner layal, even if he tells him, throw the dinar to the sea, and I lend you money, 100 zuz. Same thing, it says, take a dinar and throw it to the Saint River in Paris, right? La Riviera. Throw to the sea a dinar and I will lend you money. So I never got, so I lend you 100 zuz, you give me back 100 zuz. But one zuz, one dinar you threw to the sea upon my words. Arehu, this is like, as if, as if it reached the hands of the lender. And he went back. And he threw it to the sea. This is the punchline. It's like as if as if it did the money that he threw into the Saint River, or the money he gave to the 10 dinarim he gave as a gift to Pliny, is as if came back to his hands. And he went back. And he went back and he threw it to the sea. Since he threw into the sea upon his words. So how do I look at it? Also the Ritva wrote this in the name of his Rebbe, the Rambam. So what? The question, who wrote the Ritva? The Ritva wrote himself, Oh, Reo, I think. The
You
Reo.
have the Ritvo, Rajbo, or Reo, and then you have the Ramban.
Yes, Reo, I
Oh,
think.
the Reo.
Yes, he says, my Rebbe brought the name of his Rebbe, the Rambam. So let's summarize. What does it say? It says it's very important. It says here, when I tell you to do something and you do upon my words, I said, lose money for my sake. You want me to lend you 100 zuz? Take 1 dinar and throw it to the sea. Or give it as a gift to a third person. So then what really I'm saying, that zuz that he threw to the sea, or that zuz he gave a gift to a third party, is upon my words, as if you gave it to me, and you my messenger give it to him, or you my messenger throw it to the sea. So therefore, I really got 101 zuz. Because when you pay me back the 100 zuz, I got back what I lent you. Plus, you did upon my words, you're my messenger, you became my messenger, to throw 1 zuz to the sea or to the third party to give a gift, or 10 dinarim to give to the third party. So as if he gave it to me, and I gave it back to you to be my messenger to give it to that third party. So really, I got more. And so then when I lent you 100 zuz afterwards, and I cut the deal before, I'm getting back 100 zuz plus what you did upon my words. It's as if it came to me and you my messenger. The Machne Ephraim asks that this is a stira to our Ramban. You know what stira means? Contradictory. This is a contradiction between our Ramban and our Sugi in this. Why it's a stira? Very simple. Here it says that Orev means when you listen to my words, it's as if I got it in my hands and I give it to you and you my messenger. Even though it's your money, again, you have the lender and the borrower. The lender and the borrower. When the borrower does, besides the lending money, he gives money away upon my words, it's really as if it's my money. Who's my money? It's as if becomes the money that the borrower took out of his pocket, and he listened to the lender. Is as if the borrower's money becomes now the lender's money, and the borrower is the messenger of the lender to give it to a third party. So that money that he took out of his pocket is with the agreement of the lender, the borrower's money he took out of his pocket. On the part of the words of the lender becomes as if the lender's money, and he does the instructions of the lender, and the borrower does the instruction of the lender. He gives her the money. So that's how they look at it. And by us, the Ramban says, the Ritva says not so. What the Ritva says by us? The Ritva says, let's go back in our Gemara. Our Gemara, the Ritva says, what does it say? If a woman tells her husband, give 100 zuz, give 100 zuz to Ploini, and I'm willing to marry you. Right? So what really happened here? He gave 100 zuz upon her words. 1 second. So according to this Ritva Daf Samachtes, what she got for Kiddushin? 100 zuz or pruta that she's happy, she feels satisfied, and the guy, upon her words, gave away money. It's a good feeling that was worth a pruta or the whole 100 zuz. It was a whole 100. And by us, the Ritva says, you know why she's Mekudeshes? Because her request is being was met, and she feels good about it, and it's worth a pruta. Upon her belief, upon her words, guy lent or gave away 100 zuz to somebody else. So that feeling that he listened to her, worth a pruta, the Ritva said. That's what Mekudeshes. That's why? That's true. She didn't get a good feeling, which is valued as a pruta. She got the whole 100 zuz. Pruta is a small amount of money. She got the whole value of 100 zuz. 100 zuz is a lot of money. Okay? She got the whole that because upon her words, he was a messenger of her to give it as if she owned it, even with his money, but when his money, he's listening to her what to do with it, her instruction as if it's hers, and he's a messenger to do what she said. So that's what her usage with the whole 100 zuz upon her words. That's what she wanted to use it. As if he gave it to her and he says, okay, I'm going to do what you want with it. You want to throw it to the garbage, to the sea, to burn it, to give it to a third party. I'm doing what you're saying. That's your usage. That's why you're using the money. See, she really used and got of the value of the whole money. 100 zuz. This is a contradiction in the Ritvo. Who asked this? The Magnifying. Open the Magnifying, please, inside. Where? Samachnet. Yes, as if the whole 100 zuz came to her hand. It's more. It's ki'ilu igiu le'yod, as if it came to her hand. To her hand. You're right. It's more. I ain't trying to explain the logic of it, but we look at it as if it came to her hand. Now, let's see the Machne Ephraim's kashi inside. If you open the Machne Ephraim, you guys have the Machne Ephraim? Which pages? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, the 14th page. Divrei Machne Ephraim. 14, 15 page.
$1,000 and then that money belongs to me also because we are married. Like it's like
No, I'm not talking about that. That's we're talking about how you make the contract. The money that cut the contract. That's it. We don't look after the marriage. After marriage, different story. What made the marriage? What made the contract? Has to be payment of money or document or cohabitation or bia. So now I'm reading now the Machne Ephraim, page 15. And we're moving. Page 15. If you count 15 pages, you're now by the third, fourth, fifth set. There's a Machne Ephraim in the last paragraph. He says, V'agam deroiti larit. The last paragraph. People have it in the last paragraph. You have it, Aaron? Come. I'll show you. $14? Yeah, but I'm saying the end of the Machne Ephraim. So turn the page, there's a 15. You understand what I said, 15? Okay. Machne Ephraim in the end of the Machne Ephraim. The last paragraph. Very good.
Esto es amarre visas. Mejor, engaño de interés.
So until now, the Machne Ephraim is talking about the ribis concept. His subject is ribis, his interest. When the lender tells the borrower, I will lend you money, provided you give a gift to a third party, couple of shekels. He needs a couple of shekels, give it to him. And the base of that, I'll lend you the money. So the Ritvo and the Rashbo and all of them there say it's a ribis ktsutza. Why? Because the lender is going to get back the 100 zuz plus the favor he did for him upon his words, as if that money came to his hands. Ki'ilu bala yodon, right? Yes. Comes the Machne Ephraim and asks the question. והגם דרויתי לריטבו בחידושו לפרק הריבס. He says, although I saw the Ritvo in the tractate of Bamitzia in the chapter of interest, which is Ezon Neshev. Shekosav Zeloshoinu. He wrote, in this is the language, he has a quote, the Ritvo we just saw now, he quotes him, Zeloshoinu. Ve'echad omar lo itedinu leploini va'avel va'alvelecho. When the lender tells the borrower, I'll give dino to a third party, I'll give you 1,000 dinar, and you give 1 dinar to this guy. It's an interest, cut interest. And even though the money physically never came to the hands of the lender, the extra money. However, however, whatever he gave, whatever the borrower gave away to somebody else, upon the words of the lender he gave. Because even if the lender told them, throw 1 dinar to the sea, V'alvelech, and I'll lend you. Areihu, this is ki'ilu, as if igia leyoda, as if that money that he threw to the sea came today in the hands of the lender, and the borrower did the will of the lender to throw into the sea. As if ki'ilu igia leyoda, as if it reached the hands of the lender, v'chozar, and went back to the hands of the borrower, v'zo kol hayam, and he threw it to the sea. Kevan shezeh al piv zohar, since he threw that zuz upon his mouth, upon the instructions of the lender. This is the ritva in Masechet B'Metzia Perek Ezuneshek. Ine comes the Machnefang and says, here, behold, milvad, besides, the zeh ve'ipcha, besides that this is, what does ipcha means?
Opposite.
Opposite. I know, I just want to wake us again up. Opposite. This is the opposite. This is opposite from what the Ritva himself wrote. This is opposite what the Ritva wrote in his Chidush of the Masechet Kiddushi. What did he write there? The Mashe Noisel Acherim, when the woman, when she's a guarantor, she tells the husband, give 100 Jews to somebody else. Afal pi, even though the loichoshi, even though it's not considered, that 100 Jews that the husband gave away, the Ritva says is not considered a came to her hand.
Afal pi or al pi?
Even though, af al pi, shenoisel acherim al pi, the ma shenoisel acherim al pi, when he gives others upon her mouth, al pi, loy choshiv is not considered ki'ilu yikilu yod. I don't consider this as if it reached her hand. Elo shemiskadeshes ba'anor kodu. How she gets married? With a pleasure, some pleasure. Which pleasure? Shenasa dibura, that her words are being done, which means a good feeling that somebody listened to you and he did when you gave him instruction. It's not like as if the money came to your hand and then he did with what you want with your money. He did it what you wanted to say, throw it to the sea, give it to a third party. No, it's not that. He says the fact that it's called anat korat ruach, anah, feeling good, that the guy listened to me. And that's Shobeput. He says at least, although the guy lent 100 zuz, the wife told the husband, lend 100 zuz or give away 100 zuz, but she didn't get pleasure of 100 zuz. She got pleasure one puto that the guy listened to her. So then she feels good about it. So the Chor is a stira. Stira.
No, like Rashi.
Not like Rashi. Yes.
Which Rashi?
Or Rashi that says that not
Shlichus.
words.
Question what the Rashi holds shlichus. Yes. Rashbam. Rashbam Robas. Rashbam Robas.
Rashi?
Rashbam. Yes, Rashbam.
What?
Yes.
Why is
So
it
now
a
let's go
stira?
back. This is the question. He doesn't give an answer. Then he has other kashas. He doesn't give an answer. He stays with a question.
Yeah, but what's his question? Yeah, doesn't answer. You have to
The way we
understand the
explain
question. He doesn't
Rashi.
give an answer.
So let's go back to ourselves. Let's go back all the way back 16 pages back, 15, 16, 14. Let's go back to the Ritva. So when we want to know what pshat the Ritva. We have a contradiction in the Ritva. What is the pshat? So let's go over the contradiction. Apparently, it looks like a contradiction. That by us, the Gemara in Kiddushin, when the Rova says, when the woman tells the husband, give 100 zuz to Ploini and I'll marry you, she's Mikudesh of Din Orev, even though the money itself, the 100 zuz didn't come to her. So the Ritva says, but how could she mishtabed, how could she obligate herself to this contract of an engagement of Kiddushin when she didn't receive anything? So he says, she received pleasure, at least the value of Puto. Because when a guy listened to her and gave 100 zuz to somebody else, upon her words, as she feels good, says words at least. Why the Ritva didn't say the way he explains the name of the Ra, the name of his Rebbe, the Rambam, that when he gives away, the husband gives away 100 zuz upon her words, it's as if she got it, and he's doing her messengering and giving away to the third party what she requested. Says if she got the whole 100 zuz, it's not a fruto value of koiras of making her so happy. No, she got the usage, or she got the full. Higia money liode, the whole money came to him. He was it. So yes, why by ribis is considered if you got the whole 100 zuz in it. By kiddushin, he only talks about anas koras ruach. He believed her, pleasure of believing her, which is a good feeling, which is only value a small amount. Let's say he gave away 100 zuz, the pleasure of listening to her is maybe only pruta, small amount. Yes, Rabbi
With
Yeches.
the ribis, we can't get married a woman.
What?
With the ribis, we can't get married a woman.
Who says? Who says?
For example, you release el interés, ¿no? Okay, for example, you owe me or give me money, and you ask, I don't know the example in
Let's talk about it. I lend you, I'm the husband, you're the wife. I lend you 100 zuz, and I said a condition, you have to pay me 120 back. And you pay me back 120. And I say, don't pay me back the 120, just 100. You get married to me for that 20.
for example,
Kiddushin.
as Kiddushin,
What?
Kasur.
No, milva is one thing else. How does you mean I didn't give you anything? He's not asking that. He's asking if it's mekadasher with money of ribis.
No, and you can't.
Like a person marries a woman with money of stealing. He steals money and he married her kitchen begezel mouth.
No, with the malve you can get married, but with the interest of that malve you can't get married.
I'm talking about, let's say the woman owes money to the husband. And it's ribis. And he takes the ribis and he marries her with it. Marries her with what? Kitchen begezel. Kitchen begezel, kitchen beribis. Moist ribis. If I married her with money of interest, I got interest, I gave it that money. Somebody else or from her. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's called kitchen begezel. What's the law? What?
No, like, I can get married.
The Mishnah.
If you give me one.
Answer yes the question.
And you ask me 101 suits, and you ask, and you say me, was that one that I asked you for credits? I ask you your daughter. I can't give you my daughter because it's credits. I think that's So before we
It says later on in the second chapter.
Yeah.
It says a whole list. There's 3 or 4 mishnayot. The list of somebody marries a woman with that the money is the wrong money. Hegdesh, Ma'aser Sheni, Korban, Saks.
We see that.
Right.
We already learned that.
You didn't learn it yet. Maybe you learned it in the Bikiyot. I don't know.
No, we have been learning about Hegdesh, Master Sheni.
Yeah, you learned the concept. But the question is, if somebody gives a woman kiddushin and the kiddushin came from stealing money. So it's a list of mishnayot in second chapter that in the list, I'm looking for the stealing. Kal bechelkoi, Ma'aser Sheni, Hegdesh. Yeah, you know that. I'm reading it. I'm looking now for Mekadesh Kitcha Begez.
It belongs to the God, the Ketanita.
What's the law by Kitcha Begez? Okay, I didn't find it. My memory is Kitcha Begez on the Kodeshes. Because he owes the money. Ribis. Ribis Ksutza, the question is Yoitze B'dayoni Mona. Does judges take it out or not? If judges take it out, so then it's not his. But not just Mekudeshes.
No entiendo, o sea, ¿se puede casar una persona con el interés?
Está diciendo que sí.
But
Okay,
we are not allowed to take advantage for someone that gave me money.
It's not about allowed, not allowed. Question if she's married or not.
Ah,
Then he did a sin. He has to fix the sin of stealing.
no, he's not married.
I said,
The law
you,
says
you
that
got money, you stole the money, and now you marry a woman without money. Okay, mitzvah b'alaveira, but she's married, l'chora.
not married.
Why not?
From the toilet,
Why not? Why not?
not?
Let's know, you stole money and you bought a house. with that money. Somebody stole money and he bought a house. You bought a car. You bought a woman. Same thing, kind of. So,
I have permission.
so then you have to give back the money. Good, you owe the money to the people you stole it from.
Go out.
But the house is yours, the car is yours.
It's not illogic. It's illogic. Like God say us not to stole, but you are allowed to steal the coin. How is it possible? Eh? No, we are not allowed to steal. We are not allowed to feed someone. Enjoy it. Este era el rol. As we do whatever we want. כל אחד עושה מה שבא.
אתה זוכר רב שלהם איפה זה קיצ'ה בגזר? משהו, לא?
עכשיו אני צריך משפטה.
מה?
הפסקה. כתוב
בייס? איפה כתוב?
קיצ'ה בגזר, קיצ'ה בקודשס.
איפה זה? עמוד בייס למטה. מקודשס, good, that's what I said. מקודשס. Same thing as ריבס, מקודשס. Okay, let's go back to us.
אני לא צריך שצריך, בגלל שחסר לו משהו, אני לא חסר לי כלום, אני אשתלם.
Okay, so we need a salve shot nerit. Okay, so I want to give shot nerit, but before we're going to see shot nerit, we need 2 other ritvas, or 3 other ritvas, and then we give an answer. Beautiful answer, shot nerit. What? I know what we're going to do. I give you now the teretz without seeing all the other ritvas. To see the other ritvas. I give you my idea. I can tell you the idea. Okay? I'm going to give you the idea. Turn the page, the last ritva printed. The last ritva that is printed, daf shalosh, page 3. There's one little ritva that gives a solution, in my opinion, for the whole story. Little ritva. Turn the page, the ritva, the last ritva that is printed in a series of the ritvas around, shots. Chidush ritva masechet Kiddush in Avav Amud Beis. Small little ritva, looks like nothing, but I think here you have the whole secret of the ritva. Shalosh, page shalosh. No numbers, but if you turn the first page, 1, 2, 3, count. The third page. No. Yes, this one. Small ritva. Chidush ritva b'masechet Kiddush in Avav Amud Beis. Yeah, Avav Amud Beis. Rove says, small little ritva, an hour Gemara. Did everybody forget to read? As if. Small little ritva, I think here lays the whole secret of the story. Rove says, Ten mane leploini, if the woman tells the man, give mane leploini, give 100 zuz to ploini, ve'kadesh ani lecho, and I will marry you. Mekudeshes midin orev, she's mekudeshes on the law of a guarantor. We found a guarantor. If you lend somebody money, and I didn't get the money, but I'm a guarantor, so as if I got the money. Also here, she didn't get the money, the woman. The husband gave the lend money, somebody gave the money, somebody else. But she has a guarantor as if she got the money or got pleasure. She's a Mekudesh. Right. The Ritva says in one place is the pleasure that she did. Listen to her Sputo. The second moment says as if she got the whole money. He doesn't say nothing. He didn't explain. That's a prior. He didn't get to it. Pirush. Shh. Pirush. Pirush comes the Rit when he says, Lo ishno omrotein b'matono. No difference if she said to the man, give it away as a gift. Lo ishno, no difference. Omo balvo. She says, give it away as a loan. It's not clear for the Gemara. The simplicity is the woman tells the man, give 100 Jews. What does give mean? Give as a loan or give as a present? Present. Comes the Rit, un momento. Comes the Rit and he says, no. Lo ishno. Give means give away as a risk or give away as a gift. As a loan or as a gift. That's the answer. Very simple. Let's think about it. Let's think about what's going on here. And I want you guys to give the answer yourself.
What?
Listen to the contradiction in the Rit. Very simple. When the woman tells the husband, risk your money, lend it, he's going to get his money back because he's lending it. 10 money the 20, let's talk about it. 10 means give it as a loan. So now the 100 is going to come back to the husband. So what really, 1 second, what really he did to her, on the base of her words, he risked his money. We started the sugya a few days ago. How much people pay for risk? We have in the world, it's called AIG, right? AIG. You can buy this. There used to be publicity everywhere, and it would before I think 2011 when Bank of America, all the banks fell down, right? Goldman Sachs and all those things. How they fell down? Because the banks used to lend 100%, and 100% you didn't have to pay a penny, and you paid by paying back the 100%. You paid the 100% plus not interest, plus an insurance, AIG insurance, and if you don't pay the money, the insurance pay the money, right? You don't pay the money unless you see you have an income of a couple of months, you have a way to pay it back. Okay, they reduce the risks, but and they lend you money 100%. So which means when the woman tells the husband, put your money at risk, you can't say she only has 2 pleasures, not 3. She only has a pleasure that she feels good, the guy listened to her. That's her body. And you can't say she got pleasure of the whole 100. She got pleasure from the whole 100. She got benefit from the whole 100 zuz, but she didn't get the whole 100 zuz, which means, since that, let me explain. Listen, I know that. Listen. I'm trying to give you a copy. That, of course, opposite, you said it better. If she told them, give away 100 Jews, so as if she got all 100 Jews, not only she feels good, the guy listened to her, she got the whole 100 Jews in her hand. Why? Because if you have 100 Jews, I want to burn it. That's my decision, right? So when I tell him give 100 Jews away and he's not going to get it back or throw it to the sea, give it as a gift or throw it to the sea, I can say that she got the whole 100 Jews and he's a messenger of her to get lost, to get rid of this 100 Jews by burning it, throw it to the sea, or give it away to a third party. But when he listens to her and he says, lend the money, he's not losing the 100 Jews. He'll get back the money. He's just putting a risk on it. So she got also benefit, not only korasua, also a feeling, also some usage of the money, which is worth a little bit. The IG, we have the pleasure of listening to the giveaway upon the words. Why? Because the third pleasure, he gave away 100 Jews by Matana, because if she got 100 Jews, doesn't exist. And since Rob is talking about on both cases, So that's why the Ritva said the small Havana that we always have. But then Ochanami by Matona. You also have the orange Jews that she got. She can be married, huh? Again. So what are we answering? What? No, since Rov is talking about both cases, again, Pirush Loishno, Omrotem b'maton Loishno Omarvo. Since Rov is talking about all cases, that's a prior Ritva before this. Then the next Ritva, which we put in the beginning first, the Ritva says, Ore Vavcha Dolo Mishabe Pirush. Lav lemeim Dolo Mote Leishum Anoidim Kema Mishtabe. El Avcha Dolo Mote Anos Amores. אפילו משתנה לא דמות יודעי שהיא בו רוצה למונוס. One second. What did it was talking about? Alvona or he's talking about Matona? Not true. The next read will know. Let's read it. So now let's read the next read again. Let's see. Open your eyes. I have new glasses. Open your eyes. Let's open it inside. Let's see inside. Okay. Now meaning that in the next read for turn the first page. I'm rereading the next read for. Or the first one, the first number one. חידוש הריתו מסך חידוש נבזן עמודה. אורי, לאו אבל גב דלא מותיאנו ליהוד המשתה בפירוש. לאו למימה. Does not come to teach you דלא מותי לישום ענו, it didn't come any ענו. didn't come by משתה. By an Orev is not give away as a gift. Orev is to give alone, right? Orev is alone. So you can't say by an Orev that it means he doesn't get any ano. Elo loima rather he wants to talk about Orev now, alone. I forgot that even though the Lamati Liodano Asamoes, even though he didn't come to his hands, the pleasure of the money, Sheoitzi Amalve, that the lender take out. Talk about lending money, just a risk, not giving away, it's just a risk. Veloigia Leodo Shel Orev, to the hands of the guarantor, didn't come to his hands like Kesed that money, Lo Shve Kesed that Daya money. Even though so, mishtabed ba'ano, even though so, he can mishtabed with the pleasure. Which pleasure? The mati that came to his hands. Sheil b'zalam, and also he only lent money on his belief. I know that he feels good that he listened to him, and the risk I know that he risked that he risked. The ano b'chol duch t'chashuv kekes. Achanami here also. Even though he didn't get the pleasure of the money itself, the woman can mekadesh herself by Yano, the Shaveh Pruto, the Yoy money to Pony B'Dibur. He gave money to 100 Zuz to Pony B'Dibur, which no, but it will be Matona. We have another Ano that as if she got the money itself, like the Ramban says the name of his Rebbe, like the Ritva says the name of his Rebbe in his Rebbe's Rebbe, the Ramban. But he says, since he's talking about Orev, he talked about Orev and then us. Orev, he says, there's no the whole money, only if you give it away, as a matona. And here also, since he's talking about Alvo, also, like he said, both. So he says that I know by Alvo, Aleino Chanami, in the case where he gives it away as a matona. So therefore he has, and it's logic. It's logic. Think about this, think the logic itself. Because there it's a matana. Elochanami. Elim Shumano is not talking about the whole money. Since the Gemara Gufra is talking about Alvo, that's why he says Mishtabe Bedvorim Mishas Matano. It's Elim Shumano Zu of listening to exactly what you said. Everything is great. I know the commandment of people Mishabe Nafshe. What does the Toivosoi means? Because he risked his money upon his words. It's not enough Koras Ruach. That's why I said there's three anois. One second, I'll explain. We have to explain this. Yeah, very good. There is three pleasures here. One is the guy listened to you. On your words, my words, Mila Sheli. They used to say Mila Milon. You know the word Mila Milon? Mila is words. Milon is a dictionary, but it rhymes in Hebrew. Mila Milon, words is like a gang dictionary. My word, upon my word, somebody listen. My word is worth money, so then you feel good. The word is worth something. People listen to you. Okay, so there is Ano is called korat ruach. What is korat ruach? Korat ruach means your spirit feels good. Good feeling. Good feeling. That's worth a point. There's another ano that he risked his money upon your words, which means you got usage out of the money. Which usage? Not of the whole money, just from the whole money you got usage. You didn't get the whole money, but you used all the money. When I lend you money, so really you're using the money, people pay for it. Interest. What is interest? The Gemara and Bobas and Matzia says it's rental on the money. What does interest means? Rental on the money. You're going to use the money for a period of time. So that period of time, like you're renting a car, you're renting money. You're not allowed to rent money, only cars, because cars goes down in value. But money, it's a conception, never goes down in value. So that's why the Torah didn't allow you to take interest, to pay rental on money. We're not allowed. The Torah says you don't pay rental on money. But Ribi's concept of is rental on money. Okay? That's the concept. So now, when he gets rental of money, he gained, upon my words, he lost that rental of money. So that's not the whole 100 zuz. Guy lend $1,000. How much cost to rent $1,000 for 30 days? $10, $100, $50. That $50, which is rent of the whole money, that I got. So I got really two pleasures. One pleasure that he listened to me. Second pleasure, upon my words, he let go of the rental of the whole money, of using of the payment of usage of all the money, right? Upon my words. That's what he says. And there's a third pleasure that if a guy gave away the money, says, upon my words, throw it to the sea, give it as a gift. There, I got the whole money. Why? Because I'm not getting rental. He's not giving away rental of the money. He's giving away the usage of the whole money forever. He gave it away, or he threw it to the sea. So I didn't get pleasure of koras ruach. I didn't get rental of the whole money, of usage of all money through rental. He did my messengering to throw it to the sea or give it away forever. So I got the usage of the money through my way forever. So I got really the whole money. This is what the Ritva says. Let's read the Ritva again. I read the Ritva in Kufa in Gimel Amud Beis, what you asked me to read. Vayamo the Kameman Legom Shabenafshe Pirush. Meshaben Nafshe and a guarantor when the lender lends the money to the borrower. Right? The lender lends the money to the borrower upon the words of the guarantor. He's Meshaben, how he's Meshaben himself, how he obligated himself. Meshaben Nafshe. He was if as if he received the money totally for his benefit. How? Not all the money, but the rental of all the money. That's what he says. It's not I got one pruta and I obligated myself 100 Jews. I got benefit from the whole 100 Jews, the rental. So it's not a knas. It's not a fine. She'ein zuas in basmach. It's also not a smach. זהו שחידש רבשי, דען ענמי קורח יסברינו, דאור משתבר לדבור בשעס מתנועס, אין משום מנועס. And how, one more word before you ask a question. How do I define those two anois? Listen to me, I feel good. Or listen to me, he risked his money. Both of them is I know that he listened to me. Again, I know listening, I feel good. I know listening, he risked his money. So all his money, I got benefit from all his money. A certain type of benefit that people pay for AIG, whatever they pay for risk money. That I got. But I got from the whole money, I got usage of rental of money, and I got also Amor that he listened to me. That's included in the words of Ravash. Ravash, he says in that pleasure, he listened to me, includes those two pleasures. He listened to me, so I feel good. He listened to me that I got benefit of risking the money. Upon my words, I used the money in a way that he risked it. So therefore, when I obligate the whole 100 Jews, it's not a fine. He gave me a put and I give back more. No, I'm giving back the whole 100 Jews as a risk. I'm a guarantor of that risk because the benefit is on the whole is a rental of all the money. So it's not a knas. That's what he says. But the third pleasure that if I ask give us a gift. That's why I got 100 Jews in my hand, which is my messenger to get rid of forever.
Kasi nga,
What
He
case?
said, "Shad, kind of knas, is you don't lose anything."
So can I re-explain it? So I'm explaining what I said. When I said yesterday that it's not a knas, is because it's a rental of all the money. When you pay insurance for lending money, you're really paying the money of usage of the home. How much this money is worth to use for 30 days, for a year, for 10 years? I don't need the money for 30 years. You pay back those, whatever, as value of usage. And the usage is, it's a usage of the whole money. So that's worth money, but it's not the full value of the whole money. Only if you give away the money forever as a gift or throw it to the sea, that's mamish. You use the whole money, it's yours. What? Right. As a risk.
So I think Shad is something that he-
Because upon my words, he took a risk, and that risk is worth that. I can give a tag, I give a price tag. How much are worth risk? Risk is a price tag. Go to school, they give you how to calculate a risk. Right, Rabbi Yeshua? Okay, this is my theory. The way I answered, you can look in my book. Pyramid Seal is why I gave an answer years ago to those readers. Yes,
I won't call it the risk money.
yes.
I will call the tilcha money, because the Rothschild explains how that little pleasure of AIG removes the asmachta locale.
No, that's for sure. It's even if it's not a knas, he says two things. It's not a smachta, and it's not a knas. I'm not paying more than the guarantor is not paying more than he got. He's paying for what he got. He took a risk on all the money because that's what he took. He did the risk for him. On his words, took a risk for him. What? A risk is a benefit on the whole money. Why? Yeah, but I'm getting it. I'm taking it upon myself.
That I ready, the addict is ready to lose the money completely for $15.
No. $15 is I'm asking you. I'm giving you explanation. Reuven is the guarantor. He tells Shimon, if you give away 100 Jews for 30 days for Levi to use, let Levi use the money for 100 days, 30 days. How much value, if $1,000 for use, if I give someone $1,000 to use for 30 days, how much that is worth that rental of that money?
1,010, let's say.
Exactly. Or 100, whatever it is, whatever you ask in the market as a price. That price, when I ask you, I means the guarantor, ask the lender to lose that rental. And why, right? To lose it by him, because he's lending and he's getting back. He's not lending money with interest. He's lending money and getting back the money. So he lost that rental. He risked, and that rental is with a risk. It's all included in the price, right? That what I got. This is what the guarantor is giving back. Says, I'm willing to guarantor the whole 100 zuz, the whole $1,000 if he doesn't pay. And what do I got in exchange? I got in exchange that upon my words, you risk the money. That's something you did for me. So that's kind of my usage of the money. She did get it. That's not true. No, but she only got that's called a normal emuna. When I say pleasure of belief, does include what do I believe? I believe pleasure. I believe korasua, but I believe he lent the money and he's going to back the money, and she got that pleasure that he risked the money upon her words because it's not the same value of 100 Jews. AIG is much less. What? Because the lender is going to get back the money. Just a risk. There's risk, rental. So the member all of us be stubborn because he believed in him to lose the $100 of rental, the $100 of a risk of AIG of risk. That's in his emun, it's included part of anon that he gave away the money and risk upon his belief, upon his words. Yes.
But in the Gemara we say, the Gemara asks, what about Asmachta ve'alma lo kane?
Yes.
And Asmachta is, I wouldn't give the money.
If I knew I really need to pay.
Yes, so that $15, we say that the tircha, he's ready for the tircha because he's gonna get, he's sure that.
Because the guarantor got $15. The guarantor got the pleasure of listening to me. Yes. Yes.
I gotta go far away.
He's willing not to be paid AIG on the AIG. Okay? Instead of the borrowing paying the money, the AIG to the lender, on the AIG. And he let go of that $15 for me. So that's what I got. I got those $15. That value $15. Yes.
This answer. Why says here by Kiddushin of Pluto? Because it is kilos out. That's the key. I don't want it. So maybe Shem Pluto, I will ask the couple short. Maybe by Kiddu, that by Kiddu, to buy Kiddushin says there, Pluto, because the married woman, I can know Pluto. Guess it.
Pleasure.
Guess it. Something. He lose that money. Maybe.
That's your answer. Okay. You want to answer כאילו הגיע ממש להיות this word. כאילו ממש is not off for Kiddushin. Okay, you can say that answer. But I'm saying I think a better answer. Okay, let's finish. Yes. רבי חנניה בן עקשיא שואל, ולא צריך לשבור ולזר ישראל. שמי לגוד שוב, לילה בגוב לחזור ושלושה 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 על ישראל, על רבנון, ועל תלמידים, ועל תלמידי סלמידי, ועל כל מטוס גיבור, ותשוע דין ובראשו ועשה, כן, לאור כל שמורה, בוקר וחיסדו ורחמים, היי לגוד דין ברוך הוא, כל המקדש ואלה, ובומי, יש כמו עמוק, שמע לכם עולה וכל זה ובומי, עושה שלמו יעשה ברחמות, שלמו לכל זה ובומי.